Hi, here's another video about conflicts. The conflicts I'm talking about are not the ones in your life, but the ones in your writing. So, conflicts are when you write one word in steno, like you depress the keys, and for one word that you hear, but two words come up, sometimes three or even four words come up. So, a lot of schools, a lot of theories want you to be conflict free. A lot of court reporters believe you should be conflict free before doing certain types of jobs. And I'm here just to give my opinion. So when I went to school, I had a few conflicts, and when I graduated and I started to work, I had more conflicts. And I got more conflicts because I was getting briefs and suggestions for short forms from all over the place, and I was just adding them into my dictionary. Another thing is I was adding misstrokes to my dictionary, which sometimes caused conflicts. And at one point, I had a lot of conflicts, and I felt like that was holding me back. So, you're gonna see if you look back in my videos from maybe 6 years ago, I have a video called No More Conflicts for the Court Reporter. And at that time, I was on a mission to get rid of every conflict that I had. And now, here we are today. I've been a real-time court reporter for 4 years, and I have conflicts in my dictionary, and I am totally okay with it. And I don't believe it's mediocrity to be okay with the conflicts. I just think it's a necessity for me, and I don't think, I know it does not get in the way of me producing a quality real-time feed. And the reason is the softwares that we have today are very smart, and they have artificial intelligence that will more than likely pick the correct conflict, the correct choice of the conflict. So that's one thing. So even though I write it a certain way, and normally three or four words would have shown up, the artificial intelligence will actually pick the word that was actually said. And I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it's right most of the time. The second thing about it is I know what my conflicts are, and I look at them. When I'm doing my writing, I will look at my writing and I will see if there's a conflict. And from my steno keyboard, I can easily select if it's the wrong one to choose the right one. So there are certain combinations as the stenographer that you can program your keys so that if you do have a conflict, you can quickly select the correct one. Now, another thing about it is why to me, conflicts are not that big of a deal is if you're in a situation, and I'm not talking about closed captioning, absolutely not. I'm not talking about closed captioning. I'm talking about real-time court reporting. And if you're providing real-time court reporting, the people in the room that are reading your feed are smart enough to know if there are two choices of words, like they'll be able to see the difference. For instance, and I'm not saying like for here and here, like to hear something or here as in location, that should not be a conflict, okay? That really should not be a conflict. But let's say you have the wrong one up there, an attorney will see or will know he's not going to stop the proceedings to be like, wait, that's not the right word, or wait, I don't understand because a homophone is in place of what I think should be there. So I believe if you are not even at the point where you're providing real time for attorneys, that you're okay having conflicts. I seriously have words that have 3 or 4 conflicts for one word, and I wish I would have thought of getting that open for you, but I'm actually going to open it right now, my own dictionary, so that you can see what kind of conflicts I'm working with. And like now, when I see that I'm adding conflicts to my dictionary, it's usually because um, either like sometimes if I add a conflict, it will be because it's like a misstroke, but it will be like a common misstroke, meaning something like it's a common word that happens enough. Like maybe let's say it's a misstroke for the answer bank or something like that. I could have that as a conflict. Another thing that I could have as a conflict is if it's something that I'm trying to do that's like a new word that I'm adding to my dictionary and I'm getting it wrong. Like, okay, so for example, I have accept, like exception, like an exception, and expect. That's a conflict for me. And it's not a conflict anymore. It's just that I kept on writing expect the way I was supposed to be writing accept, so that I had to make it as a conflict. And now I've graduated where it's no longer a conflict for me, and I actually use it as a homophone. But that should be another video. Let me look for a conflict, like conflicts that I have, and I can tell you honestly how many conflicts I have in my dictionary. So I have 643 conflicts in my dictionary, okay? So I can give you some examples, and some of them I'm looking at them right now and I could see that, hey, those are no longer conflicts for me because I don't write it that way anymore. So for one is he checks, like he checks the mail. That's a conflict for me with e-checks, like electronic checks. Now I would write it differently, so that's not even there. I have you should be with urged. So you should be and urged because they're just like one letter off. That's an example of a conflict that I have for a misstroke. I have no idea is a conflict with the word itched, and that's really for a misstroke. Always in Alzheimer's, I don't even write it like that anymore, but at one point in my life, that was a conflict. Ownership and IPO, that at one point was a conflict, and I know I haven't seen it in my writing like that because I don't write it that way. So my whole point in going through this, I'm not going to go through all 643, but one other example, LinkedIn or LinkedIn as 2 different words. So that's just to let you know that if you have conflicts, it's okay, I think. And, there's always going to be people that are going to act like they're super perfect and they never drop and they never get any complaints and their transcripts are always in time and they've always shown up to work super early, looking like a perfect 10. But I'm going to just keep it real with you that I have conflicts, and I definitely think you'll be okay if you have conflicts. Nobody has stopped calling me for work because of these conflicts. So, and one of them actually is a pretty big conflict, and I'm ready to take that out of my dictionary, which is like Hialeah is a city in Miami, and it's a conflict with highly. So that is something that I'm graduated from, and you'll see that. You'll go through your dictionary over time and you will get better. I definitely think that 2 years from now, the conflicts that I have now are for sure going to be cut by like probably 75% of them are going to be gone, and maybe I'll add a few more conflicts, but I'll probably be under like, I don't know, maybe like 100 conflicts in my dictionary. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not worried about any of these conflicts. I am not losing sleep over them, and I'm okay with them. And even another one is, just want to share, is left hand. Like, hi, this is my left hand, or I guess this is my left hand. And like left hand with a hyphen for the left hand corner. Okay, like seriously, if an attorney says he doesn't want you to work with him because of that, I'm going to just tell you right now that there is something deeper. He just doesn't know how to tell you. and he was just using that as an excuse. But seriously, there is nothing to worry about. And that's why I don't even agree that they should, even when you go through school, that they should be that tough on you guys, because I have them, and when I got the Mark Kislingberry dictionary, he has them. So I don't know why they're in his dictionary, or if he uses them when he uses them, or whatever it is, but I know on the dictionary that I received that there were conflicts. So I'm just going to let you guys know that don't lose sleep over it. Like, you'll be fine. So anyway, so that is the end of this video. And I don't know if I'm going to do another one. But if I do, if you guys are subscribed, there's like a little bell thing, whatever, and if you hit the little bell thingy, it will send you a notification. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do another video, because I've been like filming for like almost 2 hours, and I'm like super hot and tired, and I have 2 transcripts to turn in, and this one attorney who hasn't paid me since like November, that I just have to be like, yo, what's really going on? It's not even like $300, and the person still hasn't paid. And it's just really frustrating, like, having to deal with that, especially because, you know, they're getting paid at a minimum $150 an hour, at a minimum. And honestly, that is so not heard of that I would be shocked if an attorney was getting paid only $150 an hour. So for this attorney to not be able to pay me since November for 2 separate jobs that I did, it's just really frustrating. And I know it's the cost of doing business, but I don't know. There's something's got to change. Something's got to change. Anyway, I will definitely have more videos. Like I said, the ones that are listed on Instagram, but I'm not just sure just when. But maybe it could be in 5 minutes. I don't know. I just have a headache. So, bye.